Cora, over at Pitt and Frank, this one is for you. Joseph, who is buying a home later this year, sent us a concerning email. His brother, who lives in California, apparently was a victim of wire transfer fraud. Now, let's get into this a little bit. I think that you're the perfect person. The brother was contacted by a closing attorney with information on where to wire his closing proceeds, and it turned out it was a scammer, and he's out the money. So Joseph is now wondering, since he's going to be buying later this year, how does he prevent a scam like that happening to him to protect himself from being a victim? And I think this goes for everybody and it may not even be buying a home. It could be in any walk of life. What are some of the thoughts you've got on that, Cora?
Well, thank you, Bob. I think there's a number of different things that we can do to protect ourselves anytime that we're wiring. So especially as it relates to real estate transactions, I know this has kind of been my theme of the show here, but who you work with matters. If it's a local company, just having an opportunity to actually visit them in person. Not everyone has that opportunity. Looking somebody face to face, obtaining that information face to face, because here's the thing, and what probably happened to his brother in California, we never, ever, ever, ever deal with wiring information in electronic communication. So what does that mean? What does that look like? I'm talking about emails. I'm talking about text messages and, certainly links, anything like that. And so in order to transfer those wiring instructions, if somebody has to handle them electronically, we use our secure portal to do that. We only discuss that using our secure portal. So you want to make sure that you're receiving those in some sort of secure and or, encrypted fashion so that you can count on or at least reduce the potential that communication has been compromised and or hacked. But then that's just the first layer. Second layer is you don't just take that from the secure means and go, I'm good to go now. We want a second form of verification. And so to do that, we want to separately verify that those wiring instructions are correct. Now, how do you verify? Please, please, please do not verify those through electronic means. That means don't say, hey, I got this in your secure portal via email. Is this right? Don't text you at that number. Don't look at an email on a signature line and say, oh, well, Bob sent me this email and his signature line says this is his telephone number and or this is his email or verify here. Don't click on any of that information or count on its validity, because if someone is mirroring that or have hacked into the email, they could compromise that communication, or it could be someone disguising themselves as a real estate professional in your transaction. So rather, you want to obtain communication in a trusted manner, such as, again, a face-to-face would be ideal, and walk into the company's place of business, bricks and mortar, or do a simple Google search at a trusted website to know, oh, I'm going to Google pittandfrank.com and I'm going to get their phone number off their website, and I'm not going to take it from an email because that email could have been compromised. So then you're going to call me at 895-9900 and you're going to say, hey, I got wiring instructions on your secure portal. I want to call to verify those. And then we would do that before they would send money. And certainly the converse of that, if we are wiring out money for that customer, we do the same thing. So we have that obtaining the communications and the instructions securely, and we always follow up on that second verification by phone call or other means, at a secure manner, not one that we've obtained in an email, for instance, and validating verbally, yes, those are those wiring instructions. Last but not least, we want to be on the lookout and be diligent. So if you know that wiring is being sent, whether you're sending it or you're about to receive it, it's not instantaneous. It's not like the movies where you push a button and suddenly it floats up in the air and it lands in your account. That's not the way wires work. But generally speaking, a couple hours is a good rule of thumb, depending on, the time it takes to go through the Fed and if there's other intermediary banks or what's in queue and when it gets released, et cetera. But what I don't want you to do is not follow up, or worse, wait a couple days and then say, well, I never got my wire, because then it's definitely going to be too late. So stay diligent, stay aware, use your trusted numbers, your trusted communications, and obtain wiring instructions securely.
Good advice. And not just for closings, but in just general, do the due diligence.